Hello friend, I just pulled into Costco, one of my favorite stores, and you and I are gonna go in there today and we're gonna do something totally different, but something I've wanted to do, I think, for about the past 4 years now. If you've been with me for any length of time, you know my mom and I's tradition every year is we go grocery shopping and we get all the ingredients we need to do a huge from scratch Thanksgiving feast for about 30 people. And we go into Costco every year, and I've noticed that Costco basically sells every component that you would need for a Thanksgiving feast already pre-prepared. I thought it would be fun to go into Costco today and pick up each of those components for traditional Thanksgiving, bring them home, heat them through, and then Josh and I are going to sit down and do a taste test with you and kind of give you our thoughts on how well Costco does on these components of a traditional Thanksgiving, and then we'll do a breakdown. So basically, I just want to see what it would cost and what the flavor is like for Costco to cater an entire Thanksgiving meal. Maybe there's parts of the Thanksgiving meal that you really enjoy cooking, but there's other components you don't really enjoy cooking, and having the help of the grocery store would be the way to go. Or whatever it might be, I just thought that this would be kind of a fun thing to do this year, and so we're going to go inside Costco and we're gonna go do it. My mom and I still are going to do an entire Thanksgiving meal from scratch. That is scheduled for next week. This is just a fun experiment we are doing today. I'm hoping I'm not here too early. It is November, so I'm thinking they should have all of their Thanksgiving side dishes out at this point. We're just gonna have to get in here and see. And the goal is going to be try not to be distracted by all of the good things that Costco has to offer. We're here on a mission. And that mission is to get an entire Thanksgiving menu on our table tonight. My mom and I will be here next week to do a shop with me for Thanksgiving, and we can look at all the pretty things then. Today is not that day. Oh, that's really pretty. That is a very aesthetic slow cooker. I get distracted easily. This section in the past is where I have noticed that most of the Thanksgiving sides are located, and even the main dish. I have seen this at Costco for years and never tried it. This is a fully cooked smoked turkey, and it is $4.29 a pound. So I'm gonna see if I can find a small one. I am doing some freezer cooking this week, so I can use whatever we don't end up eating tonight for that. But I'm just gonna look for a small one. This one's 9 pounds, 9 pounds. They're probably all gonna be about the same weight. Yeah, they're all within the 9 to basically 11 pound range. So let's go with this one. That looks good. We have our first component, basically our main dish, done there. They also have hams, but traditionally we have turkey for Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm picking up today. And then it looks like for $9.99, we can get turkey gravy. Roasted turkey broth, slowly simmered with diced turkey breast, garlic, and thyme. So we'll get that unless we see anything else that looks good. Looks like they have some turkey breast here if you didn't want to get a full turkey. But this looks like more like you would slice up for maybe sandwiches or something like that. So we're gonna go with something a little bit more traditional. And then right next to it, we've got two options for potatoes. We have scalloped potatoes and mashed potatoes. We normally have mashed potatoes, Yukon mashed potatoes, Main Street Bistro, or these look good too. What's in these? Real cheddar, Parmesan Reggiano, milk, no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. I think we're gonna have to go with the mashed potatoes just because that is more traditional. It is $8.99 for this 2-pack of 4 pounds of mashed potatoes. And right next to the potatoes, we have our cranberry sauce. I've seen this a couple times coming here with my mom, and it is organic cranberries, organic sugar, and water for $8.99, and that's a huge tub of cranberry sauce. So far, just with the few things I've gotten, it looks like when we get this meal home, I think this would serve probably about 14. We'll have to see, but I feel like it would serve quite a few people. Now, we're not going to get anything that could be considered like appetizers. I'm thinking more just like main dish. But if you like shrimp for appetizers for your Thanksgiving, that would be a good option. I'm looking here because I want to see if they have their prepared mac and cheese. Now, this is not something that I grew up with as a traditional side for Thanksgiving, but Josh's dad serves this at Thanksgiving and it is delicious. Well, mac and cheese. I've actually never tried this pre-prepared one from Costco, but I've heard really good things about it. So I thought because that's something traditional with Josh's family, we're gonna have to give that a try as part of our Thanksgiving meal. For some reason, I'm blanking on what all the traditional sides for Thanksgiving are, so I just Googled it. So we have mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, stuffing. So I'm forgetting stuffing, I gotta find that. Green bean casserole, pumpkin pie, sweet potato casserole, gravy, roasted Brussels sprouts, bread rolls, and then it kind of gets mac and cheese. Okay, so for sure we need to find stuffing. I didn't see that yet. I know I've seen prepared stuffing here in the past, and we definitely need to get our desserts and our rolls. And then I don't think we're gonna find a prepared green bean casserole because I've never seen that here in the past, but we can certainly find a vegetable that we can go along with today's dinner. I'm looking for stuffing, but I just came across this roasted root vegetables, which might work. So I was thinking I would do a green bean, just a garlic green bean, perfectly roasted carrots, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, and parsnips. My mom and I usually do something similar to this. Let's see. Are they like par roasted? Heating instructions, air fryer, skillet, microwave. Remove veggies. Well, that certainly would be pretty easy. All you have to do is cook them for 5 to 8 minutes in the air fryer, or 3 to 5 minutes in the skillet, or 2 to 3 minutes in the microwave. This might be a good side dish to try. Now we're definitely gonna get the Costco pumpkin pie, but I thought these were pretty as a kind of a special dessert, a chocolate dream. A delicious dessert with layers of whipped cream, cocoa cookie over cocoa cream, and then one of my favorite desserts of all time is creme brulee. And I don't think I've seen these before. These creme brulees are $10.89. These chocolates are $14.69. I wonder if the top is crunchy, if it's pre-prepared like that. I can't find the stuffing, so I asked one of the deli guys, and he said that they don't have stuffing right now. So I'm gonna see if I can find box stuffing. I'm sure that they have that this time of year, and we like that as well. So that will be included if I can find that later on. But now we're gonna go get our dessert. One of the best deals and finds at Costco, homemade, or Costco made, I should say, pumpkin pie. A huge 3-pound, 10-ounce pie for $5.99. For Thanksgiving desserts, they also have their apple pie for $12.99, and they have their pumpkin cheesecake for $21.99. But we're gonna stick with what's the most traditional, which is gonna be the pumpkin. It wouldn't quite be Thanksgiving without green beans, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bag of these. So this will be the one thing that I will have to cook, but they are already trimmed, which is nice. And we're gonna call this our potato side, like our sweet potato side, even though it's not sweet potato casserole. And now we're off to see if we can find stuffing and whipped cream. I am having a hard time staying focused because I keep seeing things that are new and exciting. Like these pitas. I've never seen pita at my Costco before. These pitas are $6.99, and one of my favorite dishes is, I think you pronounce it arai, where you basically cut this in half and you stuff it with a seasoned beef and then you fry them. Well, you kind of pan-sear them and they're delicious, and these look really soft. I'm not gonna get them today because that's not what we're here for, but I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for the future. I am gonna get a package of rolls. This is a 2-pack of King's Hawaiian rolls for $6.89. Do you all do a puzzle on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day? We usually do. All right, we are securing, I think, our last component of this dinner, which, do we need chicken broth for this? Butter, onion, celery, water. Okay, wait. 1 bag, 1/2 cup butter, onion I have at home, Celery I don't have, so we are gonna have to pick up celery and water. So this is $8.99. I almost forgot one of the most important parts of the dessert, and that is some whipped cream. So there is our Thanksgiving meal. I came back here where it's quiet, but I'm pretty sure I have every component we need. I'm gonna pull up that list again just to make sure I'm not missing anything that is crucial to a Thanksgiving menu. And the funny thing is my mom just texted me with her menu and asked me if there was anything in particular I wanted to make for our Thanksgiving and how many people are gonna be there. So it's definitely Thanksgiving time around here. So let's see. Sweet potato casserole, we have the sweet potatoes we're gonna make. Pumpkin pie we've got green beans, we've got the turkey, we've got the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, the mashed potatoes, the gravy, the rolls. So I think we have every component we need. So I'm gonna go check out and I'll give you a total on this, and then we're gonna go back to my house. We're gonna make all this, heat this through, and give it a taste test. Now there's two things I did not get that might be something you would get for your Thanksgiving. I didn't get any drinks and I didn't get any appetizers just because those are kind of subjective for families. So we're just sticking to kind of the main Thanksgiving dinner today. All right, now that it is pouring and I'm soaked, I got all the goods. I did get myself carbonated water on the way out for the drive home. I wasn't sure what to expect when it came to how much that was gonna cost. I think what we'll do is we're gonna go home. I'm gonna get everything cooked up with you all so you can see what it takes to actually pull this dinner together. I did not look to see how long or how to cook that turkey. It is currently, well, by the time I get home, it's gonna be probably 1:30. So we're definitely gonna be eating this for dinner, and it should come together relatively quickly, I think. And then we're gonna do the taste test and the cost breakdown. Looking at it, I'm not sure how many people it would serve. That's why I kind of want to wait till I tell you the final total to where we have it all laid out. We can kind of see how many people we think this could actually serve. And then we could do the cost breakdown for the entire meal and then about what the cost would be per person eating this meal. I just got home and I got everything unloaded. This should come together relatively quickly. This is definitely going to take the longest. I have not read how long this is gonna take. Okay, remove from the package, place breast side up 2 inches in a 2-inch deep baking pan. Cover the turkey tightly with aluminum foil. Bake approximately 12 minutes per pound or until internal temperature reaches 145. Once the turkey reaches 145, remove the foil and broil for 5 minutes. Remove the turkey from the oven and let rest prior to carving. But what temperature are we supposed to put the oven at? 350. I haven't even taken my coat off yet because I wanted to get this done first. So I need to do a little bit of math here and figure out, this is almost a 10-pound turkey, 12 minutes per pound, and it is 9 pounds, 9.97 ounces. So we're just gonna call it 10. It's 2 hours. We definitely should be able to get all the rest of the components of this dinner pulled together in the 2 hours it takes for this to heat through. I am gonna put my meat thermometer in it. I have a meter that I can attach to my phone through Bluetooth. I can link that down below for you if you're interested in it, because this is fully cooked. Once it reaches that internal temperature of 145, I want to take it out of the oven because I do not want this to overcook. It smells really good. Okay. It smells really good. I think I should take this off. I didn't say to put it on any sort of rack or anything, so I'm just putting it in my roasting pan. I just had the thought, what I might do is actually take these roast vegetables, because these aren't supposed to take very long to cook. Ooh, these ones that we got in this package. How many pounds is this? 32 ounces. And when we are just about done cooking this turkey, I might put the roast vegetables in here, I'm not sure yet, to heat them through with the turkey. Or maybe we'll do it in the air fryer just so that they stay nice and crispy. Okay, I've got my meter out here. Connect to the app. Okay. This turkey is reading at refrigerator cold because it's been in the refrigerator. This oven is only at 150, but I'm gonna go ahead and I think I can just throw this turkey in the oven right now. Now that our turkey's in the oven, I think what's gonna take the next longest amount of time is gonna be this mac and cheese. This is what I'm looking the most forward to because I've heard a lot of good reviews on this. It says it needs to be cooked, covered with aluminum foil. We're gonna take this plastic lid off. We're gonna bake it for 40 to 60 minutes or until it reaches 165 internal temperature. Mashed potatoes. I just wanna get an idea of how long everything should cook for. We can cook this in the microwave or we can cook it or heat it up on the stove. I think I'm gonna probably heat it up in the microwave so I can put it in the serving dish so I'm not heating it up on the stove and then transferring it to a serving dish. I guess you could serve it out of your pot if you wanted to. And it says microwave on high for 3.5 minutes. Stir, microwave again for 2.5 minutes, stir, microwave for 1 minute. So this is only gonna take a total of 5, 6, 7-ish minutes to heat through. We already read the instructions on the root vegetables. The gravy we just need to heat through. The rolls we just need to heat through. The green beans I'm gonna steam on the stove with some garlic and butter. And the stuffing, oh, we could do this in the oven too at 350. So we could cook this in the oven with our, okay, so this is gonna take 45 minutes to cook once we get it into the oven. The only cooking or prep we really have to do for this whole thing is melt the butter, saute the onions and the celery. So let's go ahead and get that going now and we can prepare this completely. And then in about an hour, we can put it in the oven. So we're gonna put the stuffing and the mac and cheese in the oven at the same time. So basically, in the time it's gonna take for that turkey to heat, we're gonna pull together an entire Thanksgiving meal. And this comes with 3 bags. I'm not gonna cook all 3 bags. I'm only gonna cook 1. So we need 1/2 cup of butter, 1 cup of onions, and 1 cup of celery. I'm gonna cook the stuffing or the vegetables in this pan because this is oven safe. So once we get the stuffing ready to go into the oven, I'll be able to just pop this pan straight from here into the oven when it's ready. And I also have a lid that can go with. So I've got 1 onion here we're gonna chop. This should be about 1 cup. And then I have 4 stalks of celery, which should be about 1 cup or so. And I'm gonna dice these pretty fine. Now, one thing I love to do with leftover turkey, which I probably will do with some of this leftover turkey, is I will turn it into turkey salad, or basically chicken salad, but use turkey instead. So I'm glad I got some extra celery at the grocery store today because celery in chicken salad or turkey salad is one of my favorites, along with dried cranberries. You can hear my butter, it's ready for me. And that beeping was my oven. It's now preheated. that's basically all the veggie prep we have to do today. That smells incredible already. We're just gonna saute this until they're nice and softened. This right here is the smell of Thanksgiving to me. Onions, butter, and celery. And maybe a touch of sage too. But I know that we'll get that sage smell once we get that stuffing mix in there. Okay, now I'm gonna look for another pot to cook our green beans in, so that can just be ready to go for us. I have another pan here with a lid. Oh, I don't need to turn this on yet, actually. We're just gonna get our green beans in here. All I did was wash them up. I'm okay if a little extra water gets in there, because what I'm gonna do is steam these green beans for probably 6 to 10 minutes when we get to that point, and then I'll put some butter, garlic, salt, and pepper on them, and they will be done. While I'm getting things prepared, I'm pulling out another pot to heat up our gravy. This gravy comes in a bag. I'm just gonna cut the corner off. It comes with 2, but I'm only gonna heat 1 up. Get this in here. That was easy. It smells really good. And I think while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and get another pot out, and we're going to warm up our mashed potatoes on the stove instead of in the microwave. So everything is gonna be warmed up either on the stove or in the oven. I'm gonna put a lid on both this and that. I got out my water for the stuffing and the package of stuffing mix. I'm gonna get my cranberry sauce dished up. Now this is a whole cranberry sauce, not a jelly. Which I like, a whole cranberry sauce. I think I've decided I'm gonna cook these veggies in the air fryer, and we're gonna prep our mac and cheese. I just have a piece of parchment paper here just to make cleanup in the air fryer a little bit easier. I know you can buy those sheets, but I don't have that. I have this. And I'm only gonna cook 1 of these, I think. Or we'll see how much fits in here. They smell good. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I think I can get both. I am in the market to get a bigger air fryer and one that is stainless steel. So if any of you guys have any good recommendations on that, I would appreciate it. That smells really good. And that was super easy. I'm just gonna get these kind of broken up a little bit just so that they're kind of a little bit more distributed. I'm probably overstuffing my air fryer just a little bit, but it should be fine. And then I'm gonna get this covered with foil. And all of our prep is done. We've got our mashed potatoes, our gravy, our green beans, our onions and celery. I did turn this down a little bit because I want my onions and celery soft, not browned. And then our components of our Thanksgiving dinner are done. Our pie is already completely finished. I put that in the fridge so that it would stay nice and cold. I like really cold pumpkin pie. Okay. I did not grow up, like I said, with mac and cheese. And the first time I had mac and cheese with Thanksgiving was when we went to Josh's dad's house for Thanksgiving. And it was so good. I really like mac and cheese with Thanksgiving. I feel like it kind of balances the whole meal out because there's not a lot of cheesy components with Thanksgiving unless you do like a gratin or something like that with potatoes. I don't know if I'm gonna warm the rolls up. I guess I'll ask Josh if he wants the rolls warmed up, but all of our components are prepped. I think these onions and celery are ready for the next step. I haven't even been home for, what time is it? It's been like 15 minutes. It's taken us to get all these components ready to go. It's always that balance between time and resources, right? You can sometimes make things from scratch a lot cheaper, But if you don't have the time, then the convenience wins out. Sometimes it can actually be more expensive to make things from scratch. Like I know that pumpkin pie would be more expensive for me to make a 3-pound, 10-ounce pumpkin pie from scratch than to pick one up from Costco. But we'll know that real breakdown at the end of how much I spent and how many people I think it can serve. Now, obviously I'm not cooking all of it. So the Costco box of stuffing came with 4 of these, and I'm only gonna make 1 of them. So it's not gonna be the perfect breakdown of cost, but we'll get a rough estimate. And obviously, like the cranberry sauce, we're not gonna go through all that. I only opened 1 of the mashed potatoes, and I only opened 1 of the gravy. Oh, that smells really good. You can smell all the spices and stuff. So I'm sure that because we only have to add water, there's probably chicken bouillon in here with the spices. I do wanna coat those croutons really well with the butter. And just make sure that butter, celery, and onion is evenly distributed. Now, traditionally, we make our stuffing, my grandma's recipe, with breakfast sausage. So we would brown breakfast sausage and then put a whole stick of butter just like this, celery, onions, and then add the breadcrumbs and the seasoning. So if this is good, I could just bring these 3 leftover packets to my mom's house, and all we would have to do to make my grandma's stuffing would be to just add that breakfast sausage. I'm pretty sure it's breakfast sausage. I'd have to go back actually and look at the recipe because it might just be just pork sausage, but not Italian sausage. Now that we have that all incorporated, I'm just gonna add my water. This is 1.5 cups of water according to the package instructions. It said to slowly drizzle it over the top. I'm gonna turn the stove off. Mix this in. I'm trying not to break up the croutons, just kind of get them coated in the water. Now I could definitely probably have fit 3 bags of stuffing in this pan. I'm gonna go like that. If you wanted to doctor this up a little bit, you could dice up some apples, you could add cranberries to this. I prefer it just like this. Like I said, we usually put meat in ours, but I'm just gonna put the lid on, and this is gonna go in the oven. I don't know where that came from. This is gonna go in the oven when our macaroni and cheese goes into the oven. So the only other thing we really have to cook is our green beans, and then the next big thing we're gonna have to do is carve the turkey, which is not that hard. So Thanksgiving is basically, or at least this Thanksgiving dinner is basically prepped at this point. Took me less than 20 minutes to do that. I'm gonna do a little cleanup now. It's been about an hour, and my oven is kind of on the cool side. So the cool thing about the meat thermometer, is it tells you the ambient temperature of my oven. And it was telling me my ambient temperature was about 210, and I need that ambient temperature at 350. So I just turned up my oven to 400 to have this kind of get going a little bit longer. The cool thing about this is if you wanted to make this as a Thanksgiving meal, my dogs were just asking to be let in. Or if you were wanting to do this as like a Friendsgiving or something like that, then it gives you a lot of downtime to get other things done. So while that's been in the oven for the last hour and we already have all the other food prepped, I have been cleaning out my garage fridge. I'm gonna be doing a big freezer cooking meal prep in 2 days. So I've been going over my recipes. I pulled out some meat from the freezer. I went shopping in my pantry downstairs. So I definitely been able to get other things done. Now, I'm not having guests over tonight, but if you were having guests over to enjoy this Thanksgiving meal, you could be setting the table, cleaning the bathroom, maybe running the vacuum, doing, or whatever it might be, whatever you want to do, sitting on the couch and watching a show, relaxing. It's going to give you a little bit more downtime than, say, when my mom and I tend to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, usually the day before, but you're just gonna save yourself a lot of time. Another really cool thing about the meter thermometer, one of my favorite features, is not only the ambient temperature, but the fact that it tells you the estimated remaining time. It's estimating an hour and 11 minutes, which lets me know that I have about 20 minutes or so before I need to put my stuffing and my mac and cheese in the oven, which is fantastic. This turkey is smelling fantastic, and it's time to go ahead and get our mac and cheese in the oven. I can't tell you how much it smells like Thanksgiving in here. It smells fantastic. So I am gonna now go ahead, and get this in the oven because we don't have that much more time until this turkey's done. Now we are gonna need to let this turkey rest. So I think while the turkey's resting, that's not gonna work. I guess I'm gonna have to put some foil on that. That looks better. So what I was saying is while the turkey is resting, once it comes out of the oven, I will put the rolls in the oven to warm up. The directions on this says just to take them basically out of the plastic bag, warm them in a 350-degree oven or 300-degree oven for 2 to 3 minutes. So that's not gonna take any time at all to warm up. So that'll be one of the last things I do cooking these green beans. I'll probably start and warming this up as soon as the turkey comes out of the oven to rest. I went ahead and pulled out some serving dishes. I think I'm gonna put the rolls in here, green beans in here, stuffing I will keep in the dish that it's in, gravy here, our roasted vegetables here, our turkey here, and I need to get one more dish out for our mashed potatoes. Now you by no means would need to dish up or plate up any of this. You could just serve it straight out of these dishes, but I thought it would be kind of fun just to plate it up, just to see what it looks like on a simple white platter. My platters are not fancy. This one is from Amazon. This one I got from my mom. This one is from Kroger, Costco, Target, Safeway. So they're just white dishes. I love white dishes because they go with any theme, any holiday, and it kind of lets the food pop off the dish. And I can use those dishes for any holiday, any party, anything like that. I don't have separate Thanksgiving dishes, Christmas dishes. I don't have space for that. So I enjoy just a good white platter for plating. To go along with the rolls, I'm going to put some of this really yummy, high quality French butter in a dish. And then to kind of make our mashed potatoes feel a little more homemade, when I put the mashed potatoes in the serving dish, I'm gonna top it with just a little butter and let that melt on top. And not all this, I'm just chopping this into pieces. And we'll put some of this butter on our green beans when we salt and pepper them as well. 5th time since we've started this, they've wanted to go outside. There must be something pretty exciting out there. But I have 2 minutes left on this turkey, and oh my goodness, look at that. That is stunning. So now what we're gonna do is turn it off bake, turn broil on, hit start. We're gonna broil it for just a couple minutes. I have to shut the door in order for that to happen. Let's see. Start. It is not 11:07. We lost power yesterday and I have not reset the time. I think it's close to like 5. I'm gonna take the lid off this. This is not quite done. Let's see, that's looking done. So I think when I take the turkey out, I'll take that out and I'll put the lid on that to keep that warm. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with these green beans, just nicely buttered and salted. I have this off. Whoop. I have the stove off. I'm gonna put the lid on, let that melt. I've heated through our gravy. It's super hot, and I'm currently heating up the mashed potatoes. It is time to get the turkey out of the oven. And look at this turkey. This was so incredibly easy. Look at that. Took about an hour and 48 minutes for that to be done. I'm gonna put, the skin is crispy. I'm gonna put the lid on that. We're gonna let that rest before we carve into it. I'm gonna turn the heat up again on this oven to get this mac and cheese done. So I think what I'm gonna do is I gotta shut the oven before it'll let me do that, but I'm gonna get this stuffing out of the oven because it's been in there for a good amount of time. The stuffing smells fantastic. I don't like crunchy stuffing. If you like your stuffing crispy, then you could keep that in there, take the lid off and let it get crispy. I'm gonna turn this to 425 because my oven seems to be running a little cool today. This is what this is looking like. That looks perfect. Get the lid on that. Keep that nice and hot. This is an enamel cast iron, so that'll keep that heat in there really, really well. And then here we have our turkey. The color on that is beautiful. The skin is crispy. Now we just have to taste it to see if it's dry. But I'm gonna put the lid on and just let this rest before we carve it. By far the easiest Thanksgiving I have ever done. I have done so many Thanksgivings, traditional, non-traditional, and now we're doing a Costco Thanksgiving. And if you are someone who is, I mean, we haven't tasted it yet, so we gotta taste it first, but I have to say, we all have different circumstances where taking advantage of these convenience items just might be the time saver you need. Now we will taste everything, but it's been probably only 30-ish minutes of time I've actively spent working on these dishes. Now when my mom and I, my dogs are asking to come back in again, do our big Thanksgiving prep where we're gonna make everything from scratch, or almost everything from scratch. Come on in, boys. It's pouring out there, so I should really wipe their paws. Oh yeah, Dakota needs to be wiped down. When my mom and I do our big Thanksgiving prep, we do most of it from scratch. I don't think we do everything, but we do most of it. Come here, Dakota. And I will show you in just a minute how to carve a turkey once we let that turkey cool down or rest for a little bit.
If you are on a mission to make this as easy as possible and have as little dishes as possible, absolutely do not dish these items up. You could serve them out of whatever pot or container you warm them up in. But I thought it would be fun just to see what it looks like if we just transfer these different dishes into a serving dish, and then you can get an idea of what it would look like if you wanted to plate this. So here we got the mashed potatoes plated, green beans plated. I did go ahead and put a couple bats of butter on top of the green beans. I've got our rolls that are really, really hot now. I'm just kind of breaking them up a little bit. We've got our roasted vegetables. I did cook those in the air fryer for longer than the recipe said, or the directions said. We have our turkey gravy, our mac and cheese, and here is what the spread looks like, all plated up.
I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to carve into a turkey. It is pretty straightforward. I've got my platter here. This is a carving board. Whenever you have a cutting board that has grooves in it, that is to catch those drippings. I'm gonna cut through the skin here. And typically, if your turkey is nice and tender, or chicken, you cut them the same way. You can pretty easily figure out where that joint is and take the thigh and leg off. And then it's pretty straightforward. So there's one of the legs. I'm gonna plate it up on here. One of the thighs. It definitely has a pink color even though it's fully cooked because this was a smoked turkey. There's another one of the legs, beautiful. Let's get this thigh off here. And you know you let it rest long enough that all the juices are not just falling out of the bird. Another thigh, put that there. And then the way that we like to cut our turkey breasts at my family's house so that everyone gets some of that skin is to actually carve the turkey breast off like this. Now you have your entire turkey breast here. And then we're gonna cut down like this, as opposed to shaving like you see in the movies where they cut like this. And if the skin is everyone's favorite part, everyone gets a piece of skin. So here we have the entire spread. Let's go through it. Our stuffing, our mac and cheese, our green beans, our roasted sweet potato, turkey, both white and dark meat, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, gravy, butter, and rolls. And then of course we have our pumpkin pie and our whipped cream for dessert. So I'm gonna dish up a little bit of each of these items for Josh and I to try. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, I did put this mac and cheese in a different dish. You could obviously do that before you bake it. I didn't think about that till after. These green beans, I mean, are just buttered, salted green beans, nothing quite special there. Our roasted vegetables. So I think we kind of hit the criteria of getting all of the components of a Thanksgiving dish on our plate. I want to get both a piece of white meat and dark meat for Josh and I to try. And I'm trying to dish up a little bit because we're gonna sit down and eat this for dinner after this, but let's try to get a good taste test. Little mashed potato. Put a little dollop so we can get our gravy in there. Josh loves cranberry sauce. Oh, forgot a spoon for the cranberry sauce. And there is our Costco Thanksgiving. Josh just walked in, he's got his plate, he's got a fork. He said it smells really good in here, and you don't really know what I made, do you? I mean,
I know the premise of it.
Okay.
I mean, I can see with my eyes mostly what you made.
Okay. So the turkey is a smoked turkey. It was fully cooked from Costco.
Okay, it was smoked.
Yes, that's why it's pink.
And I noticed when I was helping you with the thermometer that it almost smelled like ham.
Okay, that's why.
Probably the smoky.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vegetables, the orange vegetables, are squash and sweet potato roasted with herbs and olive oil and salt.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes, turkey gravy, cranberry sauce, stuffing, mac and cheese, the green beans are the only thing that I made, and the roll.
Okay.
So classic Thanksgiving. And how many people do you think that could serve?
I'm not a good person to ask, but I would say probably,
I have a number in mind.
I'd just say probably 6 to 8.
Oh, really? Okay.
Do you think fewer? I mean, okay, Thanksgiving portions?
That's true.
Probably
This
5
is
to
not
6.
a Thanksgiving portion. That's true. Yes, I was thinking probably 12 to 14, but one thing Josh does not know is I only did half the potatoes. I did 1/4 of the stuffing, and I only did half of the rolls. So
Okay,
if you bulked it up,
maybe 8.
8 to 10?
Sure.
Okay. we need that number for when we calculate the cost.
Okay.
Does that make
I think
sense?
it all comes down to the meat. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
like, because that's
true.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 probably. Yeah.
Well, the thighs I'd probably cut in half. So it'd probably be like 1, 2, 3,
but there's I counted like 2 for each breast too. So I think maybe
Okay.
8 to 10. Yeah, sure.
8 to 10. Okay, we'll say 8 to 10. Okay, what do you want to start with?
The turkey.
Turkey, okay. So I gave you a little piece of dark meat and I gave you a little piece of light meat. And just give your honest review. You won't hurt my feelings whatsoever. What are you starting with, light meat?
Yes.
Okay.
Very smoky. Tastes like there's like a brine injected in it. It's funny. It does, because of the smokiness, does almost taste like ham too.
It's
I think
definitely
it's a brine.
brined.
It's good though.
It has a good salt level. I wouldn't say it's dry. You know, sometimes when you eat turkey, it kind of dries your mouth out.
Yeah, not dry.
That's
Great
really
flavor.
good. Very good. That would make a fantastic turkey sandwich.
For sure. It's
Because
almost suspiciously good.
Because it's probably got quite a bit of salt in it. I'm not a huge fan of just eating turkey like this. My favorite is the next day, turkey, pesto, cranberry,
This is
sharp
good like
white
this,
cheddar
though.
cheese sandwich. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
look at like what was added to it?
Nope, I just bought it.
Okay, without knowing what it is,
Yeah, it's good.
very good.
I would make that again in a
Nice.
pinch.
Okay, now the squash.
I took another bite.
Oh,
Okay.
I think I've got a piece of squash here, not
Sweet potato.
potato. It's good. Is there like sage or something in it?
Herbs.
Yeah, really good.
I will say, I just had a piece and it wasn't fully soft
The squash was. The sweet potato is a
It's
little
not.
al dente,
for my liking.
but great flavor though. Yeah. Okay, mac and cheese.
Yeah, so that, I don't know, mac and cheese next. This is what I've been the most excited about. That's really good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's good. Cheesy.
Yeah.
Doesn't it taste like too fake cheesy?
Nope.
Great texture on the noodles. Nice little crust on it. Yeah, that's great. Okay, potatoes.
You're going faster
Sorry,
than me.
I'm going fast.
Okay. Would you like that again? Mac and cheese?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that your homemade of anything on this list would be better,
Okay.
but for like just pulling this together in
Yeah.
a couple hours,
Well, total time it took me to actually do this, like my actual time,
effort time, yeah.
probably was 30 minutes. Or maybe 40 if you include plating everything and carving the turkey.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So,
Okay, I would say too, there's a chance that you could just do the same thing and then not tell anyone that it was from Costco, like pre-made stuff. And it all looks very convincing, especially in your platters and stuff.
yeah,
As though you had toiled away for
Hours
days
and
or hours. So,
that's funny.
and it doesn't taste like cheap or anything either. It tastes good.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna try the mashed potatoes and gravy.
It's good. Doesn't taste like fake potatoes or anything.
I'm gonna taste just the potato without the gravy.
The gravy's good.
Gravy has very, very
like a-
turkey flavor.
And kind of like buttery, like a little bit of a, it's like a lighter gravy flavor.
I feel like it's a really strong gravy flavor. Try just the gravy.
What I mean by that is like a light, not like fatty, like, I don't know if I'm coming up with the right word.
I wanna try just the gravy and just the mashed potatoes separate.
It's great gravy.
I will say, Josh, I did put 2 pats of butter on the potatoes,
Oh, okay.
so you might be tasting that. But that
Yeah, 'cause
was
there's like a butteriness to it.
the only really doctoring I did of any of the items. So now Josh and I both have just potato and just gravy.
Oh yeah, I think I was getting butter from the potatoes because
Okay.
it was like buttery. But you might as well do that.
Yeah,
Really, really good.
just the potatoes by themselves. The texture, flavor, they've got a good salt, they've got a good butter flavor. I don't think you would know that these were not homemade.
Great texture. Yeah.
They were good. Just
Yeah,
the
these
gravy.
could pass. These
Yeah.
could pass undetected
Yeah, they're very good.
for sure.
Good salt level, not too salty. I'm gonna try just the gravy. The gravy is good. Tastes like turkey gravy, but for some reason, it kind of weirds me out a little bit. Gravy in a bag. I don't know why. It tastes really good. Nothing about the taste. There's just something about it.
Well, I never saw the bag.
Okay.
So without seeing the bag and just thinking, oh, this is like gravy that
gravy?
you made from the turkey, it seems good. If I didn't know any better,
I would be curious with the turkey gravy. It almost tastes too turkey-y, if that makes sense. Like there might be some turkey flavor or something like
something
that.
like that, yeah. With the potatoes though, if you eat the gravy with the potatoes,
Very good.
it's a really
Yeah.
good combo.
Yeah, it tastes
Whether
good.
or not it was engineered to be that way or cooked to be that way,
Yes.
it tastes good.
I didn't look at the ingredients, so I don't know. Now I'm gonna try the stuffing.
Okay. Oops, I got some cranberry in that plate. That's good. That's like what I grew up with.
Honestly, that can passes. That is good. The one thing with the stuffing recipe, Josh, you didn't see, the recipe had you saute butter, onions, and celery fresh on the stove. and then you added your breadcrumbs and things like that. So there was a component of making part of it.
That's good. You just do that
Yeah,
when people are watching.
that's really good. I really like that stuffing. Stuffing's my favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, that's good.
And I already tried the cranberry sauce, and it's really good.
I'm not usually into like the chunks,
Yeah, he
whole
usually likes a
berries.
jelly cranberry sauce.
but it's good. Tastes really good.
The cranberry sauce, I did read the ingredients. It's just sugar, cranberries, and water, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Rolls,
It's got good tartness to it. It's getting my cheeks,
it's not too sweet.
but it's got plenty of sweetness too.
Now, I know what a Hawaiian roll tastes like. You know what a Hawaiian roll tastes like. You can taste that if you want. The green beans are good. I've tried them. They're just buttered steamed green
I mean,
beans.
we know those are gonna be good.
The buttered
Yes.
steamed green beans. Do you want to rank your favorite, and then I can kind of rank my favorite?
Ranking these seems,
Hard, right?
I don't know if it really makes a lot of sense in my mind to rank them, because it's not like
Okay.
you choose one or the other.
That's true.
You're gonna put them all on your plate.
But which one would you say would be a buy again?
I think the turkey's great.
Yeah.
If it's anything like, I know you like to get the rotisserie chickens, and they definitely inject salt and stuff into those.
Yeah.
If it's a similar quality, I don't see why you wouldn't
Yeah. Easy.
also go for this. I think that's great. The stuffing's great. The mashed potatoes are great. Again, I never saw the bag on the gravy. I don't
you
think
like
there's
it?
anything here that I'd be like, oh, I don't want to eat this.
Okay.
I think I would probably go back for seconds on
Yeah, that's a good.
everything here. The only thing is I don't really like squash, but I like it, and it's got good flavoring. But for some reason, there's like a block in my head.
Yeah, Josh's not a huge squash
I don't like
fan.
squash very much.
I would say for me, the go-to buys again that I would say were on par with a homemade version would be the cranberry sauce, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and the turkey. The squash, I think if you cooked it longer, I did it in the air fryer at 400 for 16 minutes. Maybe if you did it a little bit lower and slower in the oven and you got the sweet potatoes more tender.
Yeah, because they were kind of crunchy almost.
Yeah, and I don't want a crunchy sweet potato. That would have cooked it better. Maybe it was how I cooked it was not correct. The turkey gravy tasted good to me, but for how easy it is to make homemade gravy, if you've never seen that, I've got lots of videos showing you how to make a gravy. I would probably just make a homemade version. The mac and cheese was really, really good. And the rolls, I mean, they're Hawaiian rolls, they're delicious. Do you want to try some pie? I know you like this pie.
We had it, a week or two ago.
Yeah, we've already had Costco pie. This is a classic. Josh's mom really likes this pie, so we have this all the time. Whenever, this time of year when they're out. So we know what they taste like.
I'm willing to try it if you'd like me to. I know what it tastes like. I know it tastes good. I know it's got good spice.
Let's just taste it.
Okay. I just was thinking like I'm hungry for dinner, and I just want to load up on.
I'll just give you a little slice, okay?
I just want to load up on dinner.
I know that that's a unique way to cut into a pie, but I'm just trying to get tiny pieces here. Is that enough whipped cream for you, Josh?
That's funny.
Okay. I did have a little taste of this when we were at Josh's mom's house. I just like the custard part.
It's smooth. It's got great. Yeah, the texture is perfect. There's no grit or anything. It's just completely smooth. You can mash with your tongue on the roof of your mouth if you're so inclined, like some of us might be.
The spice level is there. It's not too spicy, but you get that pumpkin spice flavor.
The crust is good.
It's just a really good pumpkin pie.
The crust is like soft from the custard,
But cooked.
but cooked, not like soggy, but not like
No.
crunchy, not like you're not gonna like break through it or something.
Very good. Now that we've tasted everything, the cost for this, which again, I did not cook everything. I cooked half the mashed potatoes, half the rolls, and 1/4 of the stuffing, was $146 and like 48 cents. So we'll round
wow.
up to 140. Why is that so hard? 147. And we said it would serve about 8 to 10 people. Should we do 8 to be conservative on the conservative side?
Yeah, and make it 150.
Okay. So you want to do the math? You want to pull your phone out and do the math on me for me?
Hey Siri, what's 150 divided by 8? No, 18.75. I should have known that.
Okay. So $18 a serving.
Yeah. Which for Thanksgiving, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
And I would say 8 people can comfortably eat this. It's not like you're trying to be conservative with your portions even. I think
you could go to 10
yeah.
or 11 people pretty easily. You might not have a ton of leftovers, but
like 8 adults.
yeah.
So kids and stuff would have no problem.
So we'll say anywhere from like $15 to $18 a serving. Some of these items you could definitely make more affordable homemade. Some of them are going to be more expensive if you make them homemade. You can't make a pumpkin pie for $5.99 that's that large homemade. Just the cost of the butter in the crust alone would probably get you close to that. Yeah, because it's about $5 a pound of butter in my area. Homemade mac and cheese is going to be pricey. I don't remember what the cost on that was in particular, but you could obviously probably make mashed potatoes cheaper a pound if you were to make your own homemade mashed potatoes. So, and then obviously a turkey, you could, right now, a lot of times you can get a free turkey if at certain grocery stores, at least in my area, if you spend a certain amount, you can get a free turkey. But it always comes down to the convenience factor versus, time, effort, and things like that. And I just thought this was a really fun experiment. I'm gonna take some of this stuff and actually meal prep it into some other things, and then I am gonna package some of this up. I did have Josh pick up some foil pans for me at the store today so that I can actually package up some little Thanksgiving to-go boxes for some friends and family, because obviously between Josh and I and our son cannot go through that much Thanksgiving.
This is a Monday night, so this is kind of an insane Monday night
Yeah.
meal to just throw in there.
Yeah, this is just a fun experiment. I was curious to see what it was like. I have seen a lot of these components at Costco for many years, and I wanted to give them a try. So thank you for being here so we could try them together. If you have any Costco recommendations for Thanksgivings that you want to put down, or tips or tricks or anything to make Thanksgiving easier, down in the description box, go ahead, or not description box, down in the comment section. We can get a Thanksgiving conversation started. If you have never made an entire Thanksgiving from scratch and you're interested to know how to do that, I do have past videos that I can link here, or you can go watch those. Or if you're new, stay tuned, because my mom and I next week are gonna go shopping and we're gonna purchase all the ingredients plus we're going to shop my pantry for some ingredients that I grew in the garden to make an entire Thanksgiving meal from scratch, because that's how my mom and I enjoy spending the day before, or the first couple days before Thanksgiving, is making a meal from scratch. After dinner cleanup, I wanted to go over this because I think we have a better idea of how many servings we could get out of this meal. Josh and I both had dinner tonight, so that's 2 servings each. And then he packaged up 2 containers, which would be enough for Josh and I to share. So that'd be 2, 4, 6 servings. And then for Josh's brother and his family, which is a family of 4, I packaged up a little sampler plate with rolls. And for Josh's sister and her husband, they're a family of 4 too, I packaged this up. They're gonna get rolls, and this won't fit in my fridge if I divide it up now, but I'm gonna divide part of this pie so that they will not only get the Thanksgiving, but they'll also get some pie with whipped cream. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 servings for adults worth, and then they're a family of 4 and they each have 2 littles. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 servings for adults, and then 4 servings for kids. And I still have a package of mashed potatoes that I haven't opened. No mashed potatoes ended up in here because I think the mashed potatoes ended up in here. And I have a little bag of just plain turkey that we're going to put in the fridge and use that for turkey sandwiches and things like that. And I still have the wings and the whole rest of the turkey that I didn't carve that I'm going to put the back in my freezer, boil that down, and turn that into broth and things like that. So that brings our total per serving much more down. I definitely think that for this $140, $150-ish, you could serve 10 adults easily and 4 kids easily, and even still have some leftovers. So I just wanted to go over that real quick because that kind of gave me a better idea of like how many this could actually serve. So basically I'm gonna put lids on these. These are gonna go in the fridge, and then Josh will drop these off to his sister and his brother's house tomorrow so they can enjoy a pre-Thanksgiving meal. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and we can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.
Bye.